Okay, there's a tournament in which there are 43 junior level and 51 senior level participants. Each pair of juniors play one match. Each pairs of seniors play one match. And there is no junior versus senior match. Okay, so that seems like an interesting fact. The number of girls versus girls matches in junior level is 153. So this is one information. And the number of boy versus boy matches in the senior level is 276. Okay, so a straightforward PNC question. And number of matches a boy plays against a girl. So this is in total, junior, senior combined. So when reading this question, I know that I have to form a sort of a grid. I need to find the number of boys and number of girls for juniors and seniors respectively. So I need to find these values, and accordingly, the number of boy versus girl match will be this into this plus this into this. So I just need to figure that out. So let me first figure out the number of girls and boys. The total junior and total seniors are given. This condition is important. No junior versus senior match. So hence we this question becomes a little simpler. So we have a girl versus girl match in junior level is 153. So let's say that is G or something. So the number of girl versus girl match will be GC2 in the junior level. So this is the junior level, by the way. So GC2 will be 153. So these kind of things, when you're resolving, it becomes a little. So GC2 is G into G minus 1 by 2, right? So as I was saying, I mean, when you resolve this, you have this G into G minus 1. So don't try to get into quadratic and stuff. Just take a factor and check. That will be easy. Uh, with a little bit of understanding of divisibility, excuse me for that. With a little bit of understanding of divisibility, you can directly see that this is a multiple of 9. So if you observe that, this becomes a little easy because you can factorize it accordingly. So 9 into this is what 34, but I need this G into G minus 1 form. So let me take a factor of 2 from this and put it here. So we get 18 into 17, right? So that is this form. So this is 18 into 17. So G is 18. So this becomes a little easy way to solve it. For the other one, I'll show you the other technique because there's another technique. In this case, I observed that 9 is a factor. Sometimes you might not be able to observe that. Um, don't take a very small factor. That is not going to help. So what is the second information telling us? So the boy versus boy matches in the senior level is 276, right? So this will give me the number of boys similar to this. So let me just take this off 1 minute. Yeah. So the number of boys is in the senior level, the number of boys, let's say that is B. So BC2 is equal to 276. So we have again B into B minus 1 by 2 is equal to 276. Let me again multiply that 2 beforehand. So we have 552, right? 54 and 12, so 552. Now in this case, as I was saying, I mean, just taking out a factor of 2 will not help us too much. So don't do that. What you do is just take an approximate square root of this number. So 552, if you're aware of squares, so 22 square is 484 and 23 square is 529. So 23 seems very close to this, right? So just try 23 once. I mean, try dividing this by 23. So 23 into 2 is 46, and then you have 92, so which is 23 into 4. So this is again, I mean, you're getting this directly, right? So this is of the form 24 into 23. So b into b minus 1 is 24 and 23. The reason I took square root is because this b and b minus 1 are pretty close numbers. So this will be almost a square root itself. So what I'm doing is something like this: b square minus b is equal to 552. Not solving this quadratic. I'm assuming that b square will be considerably greater compared to this b because this 552 is a big number. So obviously b square will be much bigger than b. Anyhow, so we get the value of B also. So that is 24. That is the number of senior boys that we have. Again, let me just take these things off. I'll do the remaining calculation on this side. Okay, so we have the junior total as 43. That is given. So we have 18 girls, so we have 25 boys. And the total senior level participants are 51. So boys are 24, so girls should be 27. And now coming back to the objective, we're looking for the number of matches a boy plays against girl. So boy plays against girl, it has to be either in the junior level itself or in the senior level itself. There are no matches of junior versus senior, right? So in junior level, the number of such matches will be simply 25 into 18. You select one boy out of 25 in 25 ways, and correspondingly you select one girl out of 18 girls in 18 ways, right? So 25 into 18. So this is simply 25C1 into 18C1. I'm not writing that. So 25 into 18 is 50 into 9. So that is 450. And in the senior level, these type of matches will be 24 into 27. A lot of ways to calculate. 24 into 25 will be 600, and 24 into 2 that is left out will be what 48. So you have 648, so 648. So just add these two. That will be the total number of matches of boy versus girl. So you get 1098 as the answer to this question. So a little bit of PNC involved. If you are aware of these basic ideas, you don't get very complicated questions in CAT related to PNC. But then the basic idea should be in place. You should be aware of what are the application or understanding of these, the selection and arrangement and stuff like that. Not just C's selection and P's arrangement. That is very bookish in nature and very half definition kind of thing. So you should be well aware of those kind of things. You can go visit our courses and all. We have explained these kind of things in very much details. Even I think we have written some blogs in our website. So you can visit our website. Just go to the blog section of www.math30.com. You'll find the blog section in the tab. I mean, in the menu, and you'll find an article written on PNC. It's a very basic understanding and very strong understanding. So if you are aware of 4 important differences in PNC, half of the job is done. All is left is how to apply those. So that's for this question. There is not too much into this to explain. In terms of time, I would say roughly 1.5 minutes to solve this question, because you have to read it properly as well as figure out these kind of things. It might exceed 2 minutes also for certain cases. I mean, if you're not aware of how to resolve that GC2 is equal to 153 quickly, the BC2 is equal to 276 quickly. We have discussed those things in our classes also. But if you're not aware of that, and this video should help you guys if you were not aware of it earlier. So hope that was of help and that was understood. You can solve these kind of questions in round 2, because these would be tending towards a little calculative. If you try to solve it in round 1 and you are not aware of those kind of things, how to resolve, you get into quadratic and stuff, middle term factor, that will become over complicated to solve. So in that case, I mean, it can even exceed 3 minutes to solve this question. So try to solve these kind of questions in second round. You'll already have finished the first round of scanning. You would have done a lot of questions, so that comfortability would already be there with you. So that would add to your benefit. So that's it for this question. Hope everything was clear. Thank you.